Lakers playing against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. Checking out the 76ers, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And here we are, Game 1 of the new season.
This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here. And now, chance to see what's coming up. For Philadelphia. On DA, take it away.
Well, LeBron James,
he can impact the game in so many ways. DA, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Davis and Cousins down low at the 4 and the 5. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 slot. And for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. Here's Simmons. The bucket on the assist by Simmons. And the official start of the season, Chris. Is there any opening day for you that sticks out in the many years you played the NBA?
One opening game, and I don't remember who we played, but I know it was with Allen Iverson. And AI and I had meetings before the season, and we were talking about just how much we wanted to win. We knew we were coming up on the end of our careers, or I remember never entering a preseason with so much hope, because I knew that he was in, I knew that I was in, and we knew that we both wanted it so bad. So I think we both scored 30 or did something crazy like that. I don't remember, but coming out with him that preseason was so special, because I knew we were going to set the tone for how our team was going to play, and we were engaged that game.
Left side, Davis. To the paint. Embiid with the steal. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop.
Oh, the defense of Embiid leads to the hoop. Love to see the energy he brings to the table.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Now here's Cousins. Kuzma finds James. 6 to shoot. Over Simmons. That one rolling around and rims out.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Pass to Richardson. Philadelphia moving the ball over. Horford, no luck. And here's the Lakers.
Yeah, and you got to count the poor health for the Lakers last season, hampering their ability to compete. The longest injury layoff in LeBron James' career. And all told, more than 200 games missed to injury, Kev.
And the Lakers parting ways with their head athletic trainer from last season, and hoping for more health this year.
Wow. Well, we all know it's a result-oriented business. I mean, love can play a big role with injuries, believe me. Teams count on their training staff to keep players in the game.
No good from Simmons.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should be easy.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
Time I see him, I've been away for a while. I'm in the band now. Debate who is the greatest, what you debate. Taking some time, I know. Who went in your house without thinking about what you're ready to go? What you say you about? I went to dinner from home. I just go visit the I just went visit the phone. Then I go let them know. I got a beautiful house, but honestly, that's the telling.
The Lakers making a switch here. Howard's checked in.
A moment here to see some numbers for Embiid. Great showing for him last season. He put up about 27 points per game last season, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he does so much for this team, but it starts with the way he leads the offense.
Yeah, he's willing to take on the scoring load, and he's more than capable of delivering. Well, Kev, for all his scoring talent, Kyle Kuzma, he wants to be more. I mean, he's working around out his game. Scoring as a defender, rebounder, and a playmaker.
And he gets the bucket.
Well, I like how hard he crashes the glass. Simmons knows he has the size and timing to keep possessions alive.
Here's LeBron. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
One of the guys who only has one mode. I mean, aggressive and explosive presence at all times.
C-Web last season, Kuzma making strides as a passer and as a defender.
Oh yeah, Kevin, that's because Rajon Rondo got him in the film room. Rondo! I mean, he improved his recognition, his rebounding. Still an area to work on.
Embiid against Howard. Back to Embiid. Harris outside. 6 on the shot clock. Embiid, the pass to Harris. A three-pointer, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
I like the intensity from James, using his speed to knife toward the rim.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. You look at James, what a contribution.
There should only be one thing they're talking about in this timeout, trying to deny him the ball in the paint before he does any more damage.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Los Angeles. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Simmons inside. James covering. Pass to Harris. Now here's Embiid. Over Howard. Embiid, no good. Ron right side. And James throws it down.
That's just crazy athleticism from James. His vertical is through the roof.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he gravitated towards basketball.
Coming from the place where,
wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And this has been a fairly close game for the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Chris, of the guys you went against and played against, who would have benefited from today's style of play the most?
Oh, man, I got a few names. Billy Owens. Billy Owens, to me, was a guy like a Kevin Durant. No, he couldn't shoot like that, but he did everything on the floor for us there in Golden State. And I think in today, an open game for him where he could get going, oh, man, that would just be incredible. I also think of a guy like Detlef Schrempf. He could post up, he could pop and pick, he could shoot the ball deep, he could shoot off the dribble, finish on the break, whatever you wanted, he could give it to you that way. And I think for both guys, that size, that sweet spot, 6'7", 6'8", but played like a little bit of a guard, those two guys come to mind.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Jared Dudley's checked in for the Lakers. Quinn Cook comes in for James.
And let's take a look at Kyle Kuzma's numbers. Last year, getting it done. Averaged 18 points per. 5 rebounds.
Oh!
Come on. Did you see that? Did you see that? You allow Howard to get in close. He's going to punch that ticket.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers, trailing by 5. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
Don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Harris has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land. Howard against Embiid. McGee inside. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And with Embiid and Ben Simmons both at their best in the paint, maybe not the ideal fit if you're the Sixers and you had to trade one of them. Which is it?
Oh, man, that's so tough. They're both great players, GA, but Embiid, his health remains a question mark. And Simmons, you know, imagine if you have a team of shooters built around him like Giannis in Milwaukee. That's a tough question.
Dudley against Richardson. Dudley the pass to Cook. And it's blocked by Simmons.
Oh, such a smart defensive player. He knows how to use his reach to alter shots.
Here's Richardson. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. But players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you.
Howard, one of the league's most feared rim protectors in the league.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Over to the wing. 4 on the shot clock. Here's McGee. And the rejection by Embiid.
And the wingspan of Embiid, I mean, very effective at using his length to turn shots back.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. To the right side. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Lakers shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Cook looking it over. Pass to Dudley. Over Richardson. And that one released in time, but no good. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by.
Thanks a lot. Dwight, what are you seeing from your opponent tonight?
They're a tough team. You know, they play hard, they play together, they move the ball.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
Well, they remind me of Arizona. They were flat defensively. They didn't collapse at the end. They allowed over 50% shooting. I expect them to come out much more aggressive in the second half and try to take the lead early on.
And over to Kenny, your takeaway on the Lakers.
Well, they showed a lot of discipline on offense. Called some high percentage plays. Even when the defense devised different looks, they always seem to have the answer. That's good coaching.
And that's going to do it for our half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at James, what a contribution.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Oh, you're so right, Greg. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong. Yeah, Kevin, and think about this. The Sixers last season took the Raptors to 7 games in the Eastern semis. That buzzer-beating series-ending fall-away jumper 4 times bouncing on the rim by Kawhi. Philly hoping to go further this time.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Davis and Cousins down low at the 4 and the 5. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt, and it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Tyre Smith comes in for Courtney, and Raul Neto subbed in for Trey Burke.
Now, whether he's driving, posting up, or firing from deep, you know LeBron has it all. It's been a fantastic evening for him.
And for the Sixers, 2 consecutive seasons, Chris, getting knocked out in the second round. How did they get over the hump?
Well, Kevin, first you want to start with health. And then after, can your guys stay healthy? How about the chemistry? The East is wide open. They have the talent to beat anybody.
The 76ers making a switch here. Ennis is checked in. James looking around. Feeds it to Davis. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
Here's a look at some stats for Tobias Harris. Last season, he played outstanding. He put up about 20 points per game last season, 8 rebounds and 2 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's oozing with confidence. I mean, and it shows. Every time he steps on the floor, he expects to dominate.
Trey Burke's checked in for James Ennis. O'Quinn finds Burke. The shot buries the easy one. Burke's got the game tied up here for the 76ers.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
High post Cousins working on O'Quinn. LeBron James on the wing. Shot clock at 5. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Timeout called the Lakers. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Raul Neto's checked in for Trey Burke. The Lakers also making some changes. Jared Dudley's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Green. And it's Avery Bradley in for James.
And for the Lakers, 6 straight seasons outside the playoffs. Can you believe it's the worst record in the NBA over that span? I mean, for the league's premier franchise, it's not what they're accustomed to.
Inside. Here's O'Quinn, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And the Lakers have an illustrious past, Chris, but they can't rest on their laurels.
Yeah, you're right, Kev. Teams around the league are getting more advanced with their scouting. The Lakers taking steps to ensure they remain on the cutting edge.
And so Quinn nails both of them. All players look for an edge, Chris. For example, certain guys are just so deceptive with the ball in their hands. I mean, you're always looking for whatever can give you that advantage.
Two of the best players, and people can complain as much as they want, but Harden getting to the line is genius because he knows how you're guarding him, and basically you got to stay away from him to guard him because he's so skilled. And by the way, Curry does the same thing, and Curry, one of the smaller players in the league, but always finding a way to take the contact, take the bump, but to get the scoring up. And I think as a fan, for me, I know as a fan, for me, it's fun watching the cat and mouse game between the offensive player and the defender, seeing who can get the best of each other while involving the ref.
Well, they just control their bodies so well. They know exactly what they need to do to get that call.
And it's all on the spur of the moment. I mean, this is all on the fly. Such genius to watch play.
And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Howard comes in for DeMarcus Cousins, and JaVale McGee subbed in for Anthony Davis. And McGee kicks to Bradley. They double team Howard. Count the basket. Howard's got 6 points.
Outstanding presence of mind. Howard is as dependable as it gets near the rim.
Smith on the wing. The dish to O'Quinn. Smith on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. The fadeaway from deep. Neto. And no good that time. And the Lakers going the other way now. Over in the corner, Dudley pulls it up. That one a little long.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's are over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
Harris, no good. The Lakers trail.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
McGee bounce pass. Over in the corner, Dudley for the lead. That's good. And so Howard with the assist.
Oh, improving his floor awareness. Howard has a decent sense for when his guys are open.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 1. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Lakers call time here.
And for the Sixers, the health of their draft picks has been a story. Zaire Smith, Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, all missing significant time with injuries.
Health continues to be a key for them, GA. And Embiid in particular, he's missed some games last year, missed some back-to-backs. And, he's 7'2". You just hope his knees can withstand the grind. They got to keep him going to reach their goal.
Some changes for the Lakers. Howard comes in for DeMarcus Cousins, and Dudley subbed in for Danny Green. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
During that break, Frank Vogel had some real words for his team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
And so he hits the technical free throw. And a big summer for the Lakers, trading for Anthony Davis. For a time, Greg, it even looked like they had a great shot at landing Kawhi Leonard.
He ends up choosing the Clippers, which gives rise to a compelling rivalry The nexus of NBA basketball has shifted to the city of angels. Whichever team you root for, LA fans with a lot to celebrate.
Consistency and staying under control. Simmons is solid at battling and bailing his team out when they need him to.
Simmons against James. The shot, no good. Good D by Embiid. The 76ers lead. Here's Simmons, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
A triple-double machine. I mean, Ben Simmons surpassed by only the great Oscar Robertson with the pace he's piling up.
That's good from Simmons. And you look at the all-around impact of Ben Simmons, already a star and an all-star. You know what, Chris? If he adds a jump shot, how good do you think he can be?
Whoa. Some say you better polish up that MVP trophy. I mean, perimeter shooting, the only thing he really lacks.
And Simmons drops them both.
I mean, what you can appreciate about Simmons is his all-around game. I mean, he can score, he can pass, I mean, he can rebound, and he does it all at an efficient rate.
James in the post. Simmons is there.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Here's LeBron. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Philadelphia leading by 4. Here's Horford. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Kuzma's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The timing, the precision. You got to respect Kuzma's ability to drain shots off the pass.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
For these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game. But you can see why after that sequence.
James in the post. Guarded by Simmons. Davis. They get it back. Here's Howard, and he slams it down right on top of Joel Embiid.
And you need an arm to keep Howard away from the basket. He's so superb at snatching up offensive rebounds.
76ers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. It's stolen by Davis. Here's James, and LeBron throws it down.
Love the attitude of James. When it's an important moment, he demands the rock and delivers.
Timeout called the 76ers. The score knotted at 39. 1:49 left in the 4th quarter. Present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And his job is to give them a spark with his scoring tonight, and he did not disappoint. They were going to keep going to him until the D showed they could stop him. And since they haven't been able to, he just kept piling up the numbers.
No good from Simmons. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. There's the pass to Cousins. And Cousins threw down.
Kevin, you have to commend the attitude of Cousins, demanding the ball so he can deliver the big basket.
The 76ers trail. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on LeBron James.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. The Lakers have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. 1:10 left in the game. Kicks it to Cousins. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Last thing they want to be doing right now is giving away possession. I mean, turnovers can kill you in this kind of game.
The 76ers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. The drive by Simmons. Here's Embiid, and the rejection by Cousins. Money!
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Kept alive. McGee with the block.
When we mentioned McGee's outstanding length, well, there, you saw what he did. He used that to swat the shot out of him.
Timeout called the Lakers. They're ahead by 4. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Howard checked in for JaVale McGee. James against Richardson. LeBron left side. He feeds it to Cousins. And stolen by Simmons.
No time to waste on this possession.
Yeah, they got to get into the play fast and execute. It's your only hope.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Here's LeBron, and it's sent back by Horford.
Oh, he's a solid shot blocker now. It's thanks to his timing and great anticipation skills. It's not easy scoring on Horford.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by...
Off days, no days off, and I maintain ballin' crazy with the hang time. Same time, way back before Maybach. I swear I always had